JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Man shot and killed by police in Shelter Rock, Spanish Town. An operation by police person in the St. Catherine North Division has led to the fatal shooting of an unidentified man and the reported seizure of an illegal gun. The police say about 6:20 a.m. they were on an operation in Shelter Rock, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, when the team was challenged by a man who was armed with an illegal gun. The police say they took evasive action and fired, injuring the man. They also reportedly seized a 9mm pistol, affixed with a magazine containing 4 rounds of ammunition. The man was taken to the nearby Spanish Town Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, has launched a probe into the matter. Man gunned down in Brayton in Portmore identified. The police have identified the man who was gunned down along the main road in Brayton, Portmore, St. Catherine on Thursday morning. He is 43-year-old David Livermore of Mary Avenue, St. Andrew. No motive has been established for the killing. According to reports, around 4:02 a.m., residents heard explosions in the area and called the police. When they arrived, Livermore was found lying face down and bleeding from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. Several 9mm spent shell casings were found at the scene, which was processed by the police. A knapsack in his possession, which contained his identification, was discovered and seized. The Portmore Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. St. Thomas man charged with shooting teen. A St. Thomas cashier has been slapped with several charges following a shooting incident involving a teenager in White Horses District in the parish on Saturday, August 16. Charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, use of a firearm to commit a felony, and wounding with intent is 30-year-old Stephen Anderson of Prospect District, also in the parish. According to police reports, about 10:56 a.m., a teenager was in White Horses District when Anderson allegedly brandished a handgun and fired 1 round, hitting him in the chest. The teenager was admitted to the hospital in serious but stable condition. A report was made to the police, and Anderson was arrested. Following a question and answer session with his attorney, Anderson was subsequently charged. He is set to appear before the St. Thomas Parish Court on Friday, September 5. Electrician charged after a gun found at home. An electrician has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition, following the alleged seizure of a gun and several rounds of ammunition at his residence on Wednesday. He is 40-year-old Fabian Turner from Cedar Avenue in St. Catherine. According to the police, about 5:30 a.m., a team conducted a search of the premises during an operation in the area. During the search, an AR-15 rifle with a magazine containing 4 5.56mm rounds of ammunition was reportedly found in a bus seat that was on the veranda. Turner was taken into custody, where he was subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Temporary closure of selected health centers for use as polling stations, says Sarah. The Southeast Regional Health Authority, Sarah, is advising the public that several health centers across the parishes of Kingston and the St. Andrew, St. Catherine and St. Thomas will be temporarily closed to operations on Wednesday, September 3, as they will be used as polling stations for the general election. Centers to be closed in Kingston and St. Andrew are Windward Road Health Center, Arborview Health Center. Centers to be closed in St. Catherine are Barton's Health Center, Riversdale Health Center. Center to be closed in St. Thomas is Londonderry Health Center. Members of the public are encouraged to contact the respective health centers immediately to make alternative arrangements and to reschedule appointments. Normal operations will resume on Thursday, September 4, 2025. 12-year-old boy among 3 detained after rifle seized in Portmore. 3 members of a family, including a 12-year-old boy, are in custody and are to be questioned in relation to the seizure of a rifle and ammunition in Portmore Pines, St. Catherine on Thursday morning. The police say the target of the operation, said to be a member of the umbrella gang that operates in Newlands, Portmore, is one of the 3 people in custody. It's reported that a team of officers from the Specialized Operations Criminal Investigations Unit conducted a raid at a house in Portmore Pines, where a multi-caliber rifle along with ammunition was found on the veranda. It's reported that a team of officers from the Specialized Operations Criminal Investigations Unit conducted a raid at a house in Portmore Pines, where a multi-caliber rifle along with ammunition was found on the veranda. Investigators say they expect to lay charges in the matter. Holness and Golden Trade barbs on key issues in leadership debate. The leaders of Jamaica's two main political parties traded barbs on a number of issues during Thursday night's final political debate, ranging from corruption, the economy, income tax to constitutional reform. Hypocrite and liar were among the insults that Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and opposition leader Mark Golding hurled at each other. In the exchange on corruption, both leaders were asked to indicate how they intended to deal with the matter and hold political representatives accountable. Dr. Holness said corruption is one of the greatest threats to Jamaica's progress and requires strong, decisive leadership, which he has shown.
I have taken action against any member of my political party that has been involved or accused of anything that suggests corruption. In my own case, I have been investigated for a year with an expert forensic auditor. The findings of that report have suggested no corruption. There have been no charges. Every aspect of my report, every aspect of my personal life and my personal financial details are in the public domain. I am the politician about which Jamaica knows the most. And therefore, I am the politician who can stand with the greatest moral authority to treat with any matter that is considered corrupt.
But Golding pushed back at the assertion, noting that Holness was operating under a deep cloud due to his uncertified statutory declarations dating back to 2021.
We have signed the Leadership Code of Conduct developed by Integrity Commission. All of our spokespersons and myself have signed. None of your people have signed it. I am committed to ensuring that all members of the executive, when we form government, will have their Integrity Commission declarations published, not just the leader of the opposition and what should happen, but hasn't happened in your case because you're not certified, the Prime Minister. So the whole question that has been asked is an excellent question, and we really need to step up our vigilance against corrupt behavior, nepotism and cronyism. The volume of scandals under this Jamaica Labour Party government is unprecedented. Over the number of ministers who have had to be removed from frontline duty, many of them parked in the naughty corner in OPM rather than being sacked. It is a disgrace to the country.
In the meantime, the collapse of the Jamaican financial sector in the 1990s had both leaders bristling as they accused each other of benefiting.
The leader of the opposition, however, also had a report from the Contractor General previously, which found that they benefited from public resources in an irregular way. They termed it a sweetheart deal. In my report, there is no such thing. None of my resources are ever connected to any public funds or any public resources. However, for the leader of the opposition, the report was very clear that their operations were considered to be irregular.
Golding, in his response, said he has disclosed all his assets, noting that his statutory declarations have been certified by the Integrity Commission.
Is it because you and your wife bought a house from somebody who had been fin-sacked? You're a hypocrite, Andrew Holness, to be accusing me of anything in relation to fin-sack when you have been a direct beneficiary of the losses of somebody who was fin-sacked.
Again, Mr. Golding, you go to attacking my wife when you, according to the Contractor General's report, benefited from a sweetheart deal that was irregular. You were a connected party with the then Minister of Finance, and you advised and created the FinSac debacle with high interest rate. You benefited from FinSac. I did not purchase a FinSac house. I bought a house on the open market, and again, you come with weaponized lies. Your lies will not work.
PM Holness, for the first time, publicly expressed his support for a local final appellate court.
My position is that Jamaica should have its own local court as its final appellate court. But I also do respect the Caribbean Court of Justice, of which we are a part of its original jurisdiction. I will say, however, that on a matter as important as this, that forms the architecture of our nation, the people must be consulted. And that is why I put in place a process that would begin these consultations in a practical and phased basis, a process which has been thwarted by the opposition.
But Golding strongly disagreed with the position for referendum, reiterating his party's commitment to making the Caribbean Court of Justice Jamaica's final appellate court.
We want to follow the Constitution, and the Constitution has been ruled by the Privy Council as the highest court as not requiring a referendum for the decision as to whether or not the CCJ should become the final court replacing the Privy Council. And that is what we think ought to be done. No other country that has moved away from the Privy Council has had a referendum to do so, and there are good reasons for that.
Another notable moment came when Golding whipped out his birth certificate during Thursday night's political debate, as he sought to later raise suggestions that he's not Jamaican by birth.
First of all, I think the Prime Minister repeated innuendo or direct attack which has been leveled by his party on my nationality. And, you know, I just wanted to just make it absolutely clear that I am indeed born here as a Jamaican. Here is my birth certificate, and it shows I was born at the University Hospital on July 19th, 1965, and it's right here. I hope your cabinet can pick it up. And I have a copy for you, Prime Minister, right here. And I wish you could provide me with a copy of your certification, but of course you can't do so.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.